Whether you are a tourist or a local, we all might have at some point wanted to list down the places we want to visit in London. Either you plan a 2-day or a 7-day trip, you definitely don't want to miss any of the London's attractions. You landed in London and want to visit the best places with the limited time in your hand. But either you are tired from that long journey or you have forgotten the list that you prepared after a lot of research. But whatever it is, have no fear because we are here. I know, a bad one, but we all are here to have a good time, so let's begin. We have done the research so we can prepare a list of favorite London attractions to help you fall in love with the English capital on the first visit. Welcome to our channel, everyone. To help you plan better, today we are covering the top 12 tourist attractions in London. So let's talk about the first thing, that's buy an oyster. I'm talking about the card, not the seafood. Well, you can try some fresh oysters at Borough Market, but let's focus on the oyster card. So be sure to buy an oyster card from the ticket machine so that you can load and use. Or a contactless card will also do the work. But always use the yellow card reader to swipe in and swipe out. We'll talk about the prices of the card at the end. So keep watching, please. There are different regions in London, as well as further divided into 9 zones. Now, Central London is Zone 1 and Heathrow Airport is Zone 6. So the best way to get around London is the Underground or the Tube. There are almost 15 means of public, as you see on the screens, and that'll help you save time as well as some money. Let's start with West London. First, we have the Windsor Castle. If you are a history lover, you must visit the Windsor Castle, as it's the oldest and largest occupied castle in the world. It's open from Thursday to Monday. Now, what if you are a nature lover? We have Kew Garden for you, and it's one of London's most popular attractions. And finally, we have the Harrods. That's a luxury departmental store in London and is popular destinations for the rich and the famous. Now, both the Windsor Castle and the Kew Gardens are not free to visit, so you have to pay. Next, we have Big Ben, and it is London's one of the most iconic landmarks. Technically, Big Ben is the name given to the massive bell inside the clock tower, and it took almost 6 years to complete the construction of the tower. Next to it, you have the Westminster Abbey and the Houses of Parliament. Then you can book a guided tour to step inside the beating heart of British politics. And opposite to it, you have London Eye, and that's located on the south bank of River Thames. Next, we have the Trafalgar Square, and that is one of the most important and vibrant squares in London, and it was designed in 1830s to commemorate the British victory against the French and Spanish fleets in the Battle of Trafalgar. Buckingham Palace, as everyone knows, today is the administrative headquarters of the monarch. Queen Victoria was the first English royal to live at the Buckingham Palace. And the famous St. Paul's. The cathedral is famous for its dome, which has dominated the skyline of the city for over 300 years. Next, we have the Tower of London. That is one of capital's most famous building and a must-do on every London bucket list. So that you know, the crown jewels are kept at the Tower of London, but it's a paid tour. Next to it, we have the Tower Bridge. That is probably the most iconic bridges in London, famous all over the world for its striking design. You will definitely be glued to its beauty. And lastly, we have the Shard. That is located next to the London Bridge station and has one attention-grabbing beauty. But this special skyscraper is more than the steel and spectacular views. Do pay a visit from outside or a paid tour from inside of the building. So before we move on to our bonus list, let's talk about the expenses. So for the Oyster card, you have to pay a one-time deposit of £7 and the below prices based on the zones that you are traveling. You might pause and take a screenshot. That will help you later. Now let's have a quick look at the ticket prices for all the attractions that we explored together. This gives you an idea to plan your expenses better and pick and choose any of those that you want to include or do not want to include. And for the bonus, we have saved 3 of the best. Sky Garden, that's located on the top floor of the Walkie Talkie building. It's free, but you have to book it online. And the Greenwich Park, that is the Greenwich Mean Time. It's worth a visit for its spectacular views. And Borough Market, do visit it for a coffee morning at Monmouth Coffee. We hope to have saved you some time to relax and get prepared for that amazing journey. So thank you for taking your time to watch and have a safe trip. Enjoy. Take care and please do subscribe to our channel.